time for the love. We're talking about some pretty serious stuff in relationships, child support, and all that kind of stuff. And these are all things that you have to deal with when the relationship ends, if the relationship ends, and how it ends. All that stuff affects it. But let's go way back to the beginning and talk about how you start. How you start. So even before you get to marriage, and the marriage vows say marriage should not be entered into lightly or unadvisedly, right? And so sometimes we enter relationship with the wrong reasons, the wrong emotions, you let the guard down. You are not thinking about legacy. God is nowhere in the scenario. And when it falls apart, you're trying to understand why this volatile situation is going on where you don't communicate. Well, if you were on the side or a secret, and then you get together and then it falls apart, you got all these things that weren't right from this jump, from the gate. And they all affect how you come out of the relationship, how bitter it is, how you can't be friends, how you can't communicate, how you can't even understand because you're so hurt. I suggest that in the beginning, you start with God. Am I supposed to be with this person? I don't want to just gratify my flesh. I don't want to just get a meal because I'm hungry and he going to pay for food and I'll go out. And then my heart gets tired and it gets all discombobulated and difficult. Listen, God didn't randomly create man and woman. There was a purpose for it. There was a purpose for us coming together and building and growing. Yes, the scripture says it's not good for man to be alone. And that must mean it's not good for women to be alone. That's what the scripture says. But how you deal from there is very, very important. You can't just treat it random. It's not just about I'm trying to get mine. I want to be taken care of. It's life and legacy involved. And when you make bad choices and the relationship is over, you got to deal with all of that. The heartbreak, the disappointment, the lies, the confusion, the brokenness. Some people are justified in breaking up. And I'm not, here to judge anybody. Sometimes you're justified in your choices, but you got to think it all the way through. You got to look at the pain and the lies and the misconception and all of that. It's hard for after the fact for y'all to still be friends. It's hard for after the fact, are we going to be civil and we're going to figure out how we do this, because it's a bunch of stuff that y'all didn't deal with. I think sometimes after the breakup, y'all still need to go to counseling to figure out now how we going to deal. Because you can't have had all this time that you spent together, knowing each other's families, doing life together, and then you just stop. You got to figure out now, how do I do life now? How do I stop thinking about you every day, even though things was jacked up? How do I stop wanting to call you on holidays and when good stuff happens? How does that happen? But if you start off thinking of this is a serious situation, I don't want to just talk to somebody. I don't want to just chill with somebody. I'm trying to build life. So it's a serious thing. When you put more time and invest more energy into God being in the center in the beginning, you can avoid some of the hurt and pain that could possibly or potentially come on the back end. That's my love talk for today, ladies and gentlemen. Love you, and I mean it.